The NFL is known for its strict rules and regulations to ensure fair play, but there have been times when players were caught using banned items that may or may not have given them an unfair advantage on the field. And I've got a list of them, starting off with the forbidden footwear, Yeezy cleats. Designed by the famous musician and fashion designer Kanye West, they have caused quite a stir in the NFL. Despite being a hit among fans and players alike, the NFL has banned these cleats from being worn during games for a simple reason: they don't conform to the league's uniform policy. And might I add, the NFL has strict rules when it comes to uniforms, including footwear. They need all shoes to be either black or white with team colors as accents. The cleats, however, are often brightly colored and don't adhere to these color restrictions. Players like Von Miller and DeAndre Hopkins have gotten in trouble for wearing them during games, with Miller wearing them while warming up for a match against the Carolina Panthers, and Hopkins wearing them during the matchup against the Chicago Bears. The former managed to evade fines as he replaced them before the match started, but Hopkins did not, earning him a $6,000 fine. Despite the ban, the popularity of Yeezy cleats continues to grow among fans and players alike, with many players having been spotted wearing the cleats off the field and at practices, where the uniform policy is not enforced. Some have even gone as far as to custom paint their cleats to make them compliant with the NFL's color restrictions. Respect the drip, Karen. However, that isn't the only banned clothing accessory on the list, as you'll see with this next entry, the unacceptable short pants. While many players push the limits with their stylish cleats and unique accessories, this is one item definitely not allowed on the field. One of the main reasons why short pants aren't allowed is that they don't provide adequate protection for the players, which makes sense as football is a physically demanding sport where players are constantly at risk of injury. Therefore, the NFL requires all of its players to wear pants that cover their knees to protect against injuries such as cuts, bruises, and sprains. Short pants, by definition, don't provide this level of protection and can leave players vulnerable on the field. Another reason why they're banned is that they don't meet the league's uniform standards, as the league requires all players to wear pants similar in length, color, and style to ensure a uniform and professional appearance on the field.
He caught one on Sunday against Jacksonville, 31-yarder, and it was about as good as you'll see.
Odell Beckham Jr. is a victim of this ban, among several others over his colorful career, when he wore the banned clothing in a game against the Seahawks, earning him a hefty $14,037 fine. However, he wasn't alone in this, as the Houston Texan Jerry Hughes also violated the rule, though he had to pay a much cheaper fine of $5,305. On the other hand, you also aren't allowed to wear short socks. The main reason behind this ban is safety, as NFL officials argue that short socks leave players' ankles exposed, which can increase the risk of injury during play. This is particularly true for players who are prone to ankle sprains or other types of ankle injuries, as the extra support provided by longer socks can help to stabilize the ankle and reduce the risk of further damage. Another reason for the ban on short socks is to maintain the uniformity of the game, requiring players to wear uniforms that are consistent in style and appearance, with the length of their socks just another aspect of this requirement. By enforcing the ban, the league is able to maintain a level of uniformity that helps to create a cohesive and professional look for the players on the field. Frank Gore is a famous example of a player violating this rule, leaving him with a hefty $10,500 fine, while Juju Smith-Schuster got a $5,000 fine for not pulling his socks all the way up to his knees. Sucks to be him, am I right? Moving on though.
Gun, play action Gibson, a quick toss towards Samuel, dives into the end zone! Touchdown!
It seems that it isn't just articles of clothing that are subject to rules, but also accessories. A prime example being Beckham, once again, and his watch. For safety reasons, as well as to maintain the integrity of the sport, the league bans all types of jewelry, including watches, during games. This includes not only rings and bracelets, but also necklaces, earrings, and other type of adornments.
With a one-handed pick, able to haul it in for the interception.
The rule is intended to prevent players from using these items as weapons, or getting themselves hurt by getting snagged on an opposing player's gear. Beckham's watch, which was estimated to be worth over $250,000, quickly became the subject of much debate, with many fans questioning why the league would ban such an expensive and seemingly harmless item. Some argued that the watch posed no safety threat, and that the ban was simply an attempt by the NFL to exert control over the players and their personal style. Others pointed out that the league has a long history of banning jewelry and other accessories, and that the rule is designed to promote a level playing field and prevent players from using their gear to gain an advantage. In this sense, the ban on Beckham's watch is simply the latest example of the NFL's commitment to maintaining the integrity of the sport and ensuring that all players are playing by the same rules. However, the misfit athlete didn't seem to learn his lesson as he upgraded to a $2 million Richard Mille watch, which he wore during a warm-up session, thus avoiding another penalty. Weird flex, but okay.
So the number 3 tight end on the depth chart.
In similar fashion, pun not intended, head accessories are also not allowed. Even though team-colored bandanas used to be legal in the NFL, they're now one of the most notable items banned by the league, among other forms of head accessories such as hats, headbands, and do-rags. The main reason behind this ban, once again, to ensure safety and uniformity on the field. Officials believe that such head accessories can end up getting caught on opposing players or their equipment, which can lead to injury. This is particularly true for players who participate in high-contact positions, such as linemen.
It's the first down and takes it into Bears territory after a gain of 11.
Where the risk of head and neck injuries is much higher. By prohibiting head accessories, the NFL aims to reduce the risk of these types of injuries and ensure the safety of its players. Plus, since the NFL requires players to wear uniforms that are consistent in style and appearance, the ban is just another aspect of this requirement. By enforcing it, the league can help create a cohesive and professional look for the players on the field. Recently, the New Orleans Saints linebacker Demario Davis earned himself a $7,017 fine after sporting a headband underneath his helmet. Lastly, however, that's not the only rule placed on headgear, as players are also not allowed to wear dark-tinted visors or have flashy or elaborate designs on their helmets either. It's understandable why tinted visors wouldn't be allowed in a professional game, as they can obstruct a player's vision, making it difficult for them to see their surroundings and react to the action on the field, potentially leading to an increased risk of injury and reduced performance. However, they are allowed to be worn if there's a medical exemption. On the other hand, players aren't allowed to customize their helmets, as the rules state that each member of a team needs to wear the exact same helmet, which is understandably an unpopular rule with both fans and players alike, as they believe it leaves them with no way of expressing their individual style and personality. Despite the outcry, the NFL has remained firm on its decision and has decided to stick by it. Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns garnered attention after he wore a helmet visor with Dragon Ball Z and Stranger Things themed designs on them. However, since he had not worn it during an official game, there were no fines handed out. But hey, that's all the time we've got for banned items in the NFL. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.